you guys
Terrell.
doing? Good,
Yeah.
good, good.
I
All
guess
right.
let's just begin with how you feeling.
I feel,
What's camp been like for you, and how good are
ca-
you ready to go with this defense?
yeah, oh yeah, I'm ready to go. That's why I'm here. Camp's been good. I feel great. Guys are practicing hard, so it's been a good camp so far.
You were in the booth for the first two preseason games. What do you like about that view as opposed to being on the stand?
You know what? I've been down on the field as an assistant most of my career, pretty much all of my career, but you see it from a different perspective up top. So I feel pretty good about being up there and seeing everything.
What's it mean to you to be back on the practice field this summer after what you went through this spring?
I mean, it's great to be back. It's training camp, it's football, and it's normal to me. So I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be around these players and happy to be here in New England.
I just want to check. Would you reveal to us what you were dealing with?
No, I don't want to get into that right now because it's really irrelevant. I'm not dealing with that anymore. So we've kind of moved on, and I know people were worried about what happened on the field, and really, I was dehydrated. So that could happen to you. So drink water. So that's what you learn from that. So, but I feel great.
What have you seen from the defense from day one when you got here to where you are now, getting ready for a third preseason game and then eventually the opener?
Just willing to learn, willing to take coaching. That's been really good, and they've gotten better from the start of training camp to where we are now. I felt like yesterday we had a good day. We got to start stacking these days because it's been a little inconsistent at times, but now we're getting to the point. I told them this morning that we got to start stacking these days because we're getting close to playing a real football game.
You talked about in the when we talked in the spring about wanting a defense that played violently. Can you tell that at this point in training camp if you have that in place, or because of the rules and sort of some of the limited uh, allowances for contact, is that still to be determined?
Well, I mean, you can see it when we have pads on. You can see guys playing with good pad level, using their hands really at all levels. The linebackers, I think, are doing a great job of being physical, coming down, hitting offensive linemen, running backs. The DBs are doing a good job. So you can see it. But there is a difference in training camp versus playing in preseason games and in the regular season. So we'll see what it looks like in September.
A couple of guys, Kyle Duggar and Anthony Jennings, seem to be a little bit lower on the depth chart than we're used to seeing them. Do you see them as fits for this defense?
Well, we don't. I mean, in my mind, there is no depth chart right now. We're just playing guys. So, I mean, I don't know what they were before, or we don't really look at that. So they're out there competing just like the rest of the guys. So it doesn't matter what your status was or what people think it should be. Everybody's out there competing, and those guys are doing a good job.
Do you think they're fits for this defense?
Yeah, of course they're fits. I mean, they play hard, they play physical. So, I mean, everybody's competing for jobs right now.
Joe, looking at two guys are new to this coaching staff and program, Kairos Tonga and Caleb Jason. They've spoken about their pass rush development. What have you and Coach McMillan done specifically with Tonga and Jason to help elevate their games?
Yeah, and I think Mike Smith's done a great job with the edge guys. I mean, really just watching tape and seeing what they do well and really building on that, and then studying other players. I mean, that's when you're to develop great rushers, you got to look at other great rushers and that'll help develop them. So those guys have been receptive to all the things that we're asking them to do.
Terrell, you have an extensive history on the defensive line. How does that give you a unique perspective on the back end now that you are defensive coordinator?
Well, you know what? I told the guys the other day I'm a defensive coordinator slash D line coach. You have some coordinators that are D line or linebacker coach slash coordinators, and then DB coach slash coordinators. So my expertise is up front, and I have an idea of what I want the back end to look like. And I think Book and Justin Hamilton and Kevin Richardson are doing a good job making that picture kind of come to life. So, all of us have areas of expertise, and that's I'm a front guy. Like, that's what I know. That's what I believe in. That's what I gravitate towards. So it's been good.
You were around Harold Landry for that time in Tennessee. He obviously got released. What have you seen from him this summer, and does he look to you kind of like the player he did in 21, 22?
You know what? He looks like a guy that's got something to prove, and that's what I like about Harold. I've always loved him. We drafted him out of Boston College in 2018, and he had some great years for us in Tennessee. But right now, I see a more mature player that understands now in year, what is it, 8, I guess, that what his role is and what he wants to be. So I'm excited to have him here because Harold understands what we want. You know, he was with us for 6 years there in Tennessee, so he knows exactly what we're looking for on defense.
How does
How
that
important-
combination work as a guy gets older but gets it? How much have you seen that work and become a real?
You know what? It some guys it takes 2 years, 3 years. Some guys it takes 7 years. So I feel like he's been a good player, but he's kind of elevating himself right now, and that's always great to see. And hopefully the younger guys can kind of see the way he works in year 8 or 7, whatever the heck it is. I don't know.
Terrell, what's your expectations for how good your pass rush can be potentially this year?
I mean, my expectations is we're going to find ways to get to the quarterback. You know, you can do it by scheme, you can do it by player, and we just got to figure out what's going to work for us. So, you know, the pass rush changes every week depending on who you're going against. So we'll find ways to get to the quarterback. So we'll be okay.
Doug asked specifically.
You know, DJ's taken advantage of his opportunities. He's done a good job. He was with us in the Senior Bowl, I think, a year or two ago, whenever it was, and really coming here now and being with him here in New England, you see a guy that's developing and taking coaching. So he's done a really good job of competing and just taking advantage of his opportunities with Gonzo being out and Carlton, you know, having some limitations there.
Yeah, Doug asked about Kyle specifically, and I'm curious about the rotation that we've seen a lot at safety with Craig and Kyle occasionally as well as Jalen. What does that look like for you guys?
Just rotating guys in to see. Again, everybody's competing for a job right now, and I think people got to remember that. When we came in here, and we told the players, everybody's going to have to compete for a job, and that includes the guys that have been starters in the past. You know, you don't inherit positions just because you were there last year. So I think Kyle's done a good job of competing, and all those guys, Hawk, I mean, all of them have done a good job. Craig is a rookie. Those guys have been good. So they're all competing for jobs right now. So
what did you see from Robert Spillane, and just energy-wise, what did you like?
love him. Like he's like having another coach on the field. He can fix things. He can get guys lined up. You know, I remember him. He was an undrafted free agent for us I almost said Oakland, but in Tennessee in 2018, and I want to say he was a tryout guy. And he still has that mentality, that underdog mentality, and he does a good job of leading the defense. And I mean, I love the kid.
How have
How do
you
you
seen
think the
guys
play
who have
calling process has been going for you guys on that?
It's been great. I mean, I'm not just saying that because I'm calling the plays, but but no, it's been really good. I mean, we know what we want on defense, and I know what Vrabes wants. I know what I want, and we all know what we want it to look like on defense. And it's just a preseason right now. I mean, it's, you know, I think our guys are doing a good job of responding to what we're asking them to do.
Is Vrabel pretty involved when it comes to play calling, or is he one of those head coaches?
He's involved in every aspect of our football team. That's the type of head coach he is. So he's involved in offense, defense, special teams, the training room, the meal room, the grass, everything. He's involved in everything. So and I love it.
Terrell, what's your
Last
impression been of Keelan White and what he brings to the team?
Big physical guy, still a young player that has some development to do, but I mean I like where he is right now. So he's working hard and doing the things that we're asking him to do.
Thanks, Terrell.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you guys.